Hey, we live. We in the building. 6 o'clock class, raising the bar. Like I said, we're gonna be on here for like 2.5 hours, maybe 2 hours. Got that good water, the eternal life water. I told you about this joint. The eternal life water. This shit right here, so good. It's at the 6 o'clock, so we breaking our fast. I really ain't gonna. Oh shit, man. Really ain't gonna eat nothing today, really. But some still got those leftovers from yesterday, and plus I got those leftovers from yesterday. Plus I got another one of them sandwiches, them mushroom sandwiches. So that joint there, I might mess with the mushroom sandwich and eat a little bit of the leftovers from yesterday tonight. So that's what we going on tonight. And then tomorrow, I think tomorrow, Friday, right? Good Friday. So we might just do like a salad tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna down this whole joint tonight before I go to sleep. Probably gonna when we come back from the workout, we're probably gonna do like a movie night, family movie night with the family. Find us a movie on Netflix or you know, Prime or Hulu, one of them joints. Watch that joint for the night. Yeah, we're on the Corfield. My wife just came back from the herb store, so I got some more herbs and stuff, like a lot of different herbs. I'm gonna be taking some of them herbs tonight. Got me some black seed oil. Yeah, that black seed oil, man. I took some of that today to make me feel. It's like I went back when I was in this. It's in that drawer in your mama room. All right. Hold on, just a second. Hold on, just a second. Let me go in here. Let me go ahead and get this card for him real quick. Hold on. I'm back, man. Oh, somebody in that joint. About my bad. 12, my bad, 12. Yeah, I'm back, man. We live. Just I had some of the herb. I'm just gonna show you. I'm gonna be showing y'all some. I'll probably do like a tape on my herb cabinet too, because my herb cabinet is heavy. Like I got a whole case of herbs right here in this case back here. But like some of the stuff that we take like on a weekly base, this black seed oil, right? I take black seed oil. I drink like 2 teaspoons of this like every other night, like every 3 days. Especially after I get through fasting, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Robot 12 L in the building.
All right, bro.
We live, we lit. Hey, but it's that
Okay.
black seed oil. It's that black seed oil, man. You want to get you some of this joint right here. You know what I'm saying? It's like
right.
My wife just left the herb store today, getting a couple things. Got the re-up. We had to go get the re-up. You know what I'm saying? So we read up on the black seed oil because I just drank like the last drop of it today. So I told her to give me some more. But this right here stuff right here, man. This right here helped me out a lot. Like as far as like I feel I even feel like my organs, they feel better. Once they got the detox, the fast, we've been fasting all week. And then now tonight I'm gonna take some more black seed oil, like two teaspoons of it. Man, this black seed oil keep your organs all up. You know what I'm saying? Your body is a machine, a car, a ship. So this right here, this is the type of oil that my body take right here, the black seed oil. This right here, they found some of this joint in King Tut's tomb, right? Tutti tomb. So this right here, the hot joint, man. And then I also drank like a half a cup. Like you want to lose weight, this is what you drink right here, the apple cider vinegar. Right, this right here is a joint with the cayenne mix. Right, so got a fresh joint of that. You know what I'm saying? This right here kills
my wife
bacteria.
has some of that stuff. Yeah, my wife has some of that.
Yeah, you want to get your you want to get a cleanser and clean your gut out and all that. This right here, apple cider vinegar, is top of the line joints, man. You know what I'm saying? So my wife, matter of fact, my wife bought her own and she bought me one. So we drank a lot of this joint. I probably drank like I ain't drunk nothing all week because we've been fasting. I ain't really drunk nothing. But like starting probably like tomorrow, I'm probably gonna drink like a half a cup and chase it with some good water. And that helps flush you out too. Break some of the gunk up that you got if you got gunk, especially if you live up north in an area where like New York or Jersey, where the pollution is bad, and or if you eating bad foods. This apple cider vinegar, it cleans you out. I got a whole bunch of more herbs I can show you in this tub, but I don't feel like putting them back in once I pull them out. But maybe I'll pull them out. I'll pull some more herb. But she just went and copied me some of this and the black seed oil and the green pills. I told you about the green pills, didn't it?
You like the natural like supplements?
Yeah, let me pull it up for you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna pull it up, share my screen real quick.
Yeah, that was like a bottle of it. He put me up on that.
Yeah, the source of life joint. Hold on, let me show you. Because I'm out of the one, and my wife said they didn't have no more at the store, but she got me another kind. Now I think I'll go get that the green pills and show you. I'm gonna show you what you get me online though, if you don't got no herb store. Yeah, these are the pills. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, look, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show y'all the green pills. Let's go to Amazon. They got them on Amazon. I just ate the last two of them today, and then my wife couldn't find them at the damn herb store. So the bottle, I threw the bottle. I think I still got the bottle, and I'm gonna go see if I still got the bottle. But she came. They sold out, man. Ever since we started buying them joints, I used to buy two at a time, man. But now them joints can't even get them on the shelf no more. Okay, all right, hold up. Here we go. Let's go here. Okay. My computer went real slow for some reason. All right. Man, it's like this joint running slow, and I cleaned it off today too, so it's running real slow. Hold on, let me see. I want to make sure ain't nobody trying to get in. Man, hold up. Make sure. Let's see. Somebody trying to get in. All right, we good. We good. Hold up. Okay, all right, let me type this in real quick.
Okay.
So we got a couple more elders coming in. White coming in. Raise the bar, man. These right here, this source of life vitamins. Okay, let me see, can I find them joints? Man. I don't know what the hell they doing here. So like, okay, they got 15 right there. All right, boom. Oh shit. Let me see. Oh yeah, I got that book too, the Native American Herb Bible. I got that book.
Okay.
Man, I'm trying to find. They ain't even let me pull them up on this joint, man. Source of life. Let's see. Let's see. It just pull it up right here. Man, that's crazy.
Hey, what's
Hey,
up,
15?
15?
I'm just showing them these.
Roll back. How y'all feeling this fine day?
Oh, I'm good, bro. Good,
yeah,
man.
We feel
Chilling
good.
all day.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
I feel really
Yeah, chilling all day, man.
get my wife off of days too, so I ain't gotta be a direct contact with the boys harassing me. My boys, I love my boys though. I love my boys. Man, I'm trying to find this damn hold on, let me just go regular Google, man. For some strange reason, they won't let me pull the joint up, man.
No, I'm heading next to the plantation.
Oh yeah, I know it, man. Hey man, what a feeling, bro. The source, what a feeling, bro. Like, hey, but don't worry, man. Sooner or later, I'm speaking it to existence. It's gonna happen, man. Sooner or later, you're gonna be just like your grandfather working out of your garage, your lab. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna have to go clock in on that shit no more, man.
That's right.
They don't. If you don't show up, they calling you. Hey, what happened? You broke down, and if you broke down, we'll get somebody else. Like, hey, when they fire, they fired me from Walmart. They was like, oh yeah, we got enough. Matter of fact, that was such a good worker. They said that you work like 3 guys. You work for like 3 guys, but we can fire you, hire somebody else. They always remind you that somebody else. They can pull somebody off the streets to take your place.
Right.
Hey, that's how it is.
Did you get a chance to? I'm sorry, cutting you off.
Yeah, the Dave Calloway video. Yeah.
You hear what he's talking about?
Yeah, he going in. Dave Calloway was like, hey, I see he get like me, man. He's like, I'm sick and tired of like the lies, like, you know.
That's my T right there, bro.
He like me, man.
They ain't be on he tell nothing but the truth. Yeah, so man, help him to all, my nigga. He let niggas know they got immigration. They letting foreigners come over here, and they giving foreigners $450,000.
Yeah, they been doing that. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They get them money to start a business.
Right, but see, that's how you know this our land, not theirs. And they pay people to come over here and help them in numbers. You see, so it's a lot of Asians, a lot of foreigners, different types of Asians. They're coming over here and they're helping the Caucasians in numbers so that they can keep their businesses running when they ain't no longer on the surface. You got to deal with the Asian people. They're gonna be just as brown as you, but they're gonna have straight hair, straight fur, and that's where the problem lies at right there. They got that in common.
They give them a loan. They give when they come over here, they automatically give them a business loan, but they don't give a nigga that been over here all his life. They turn you down. They want it. They get them niggas. As soon as they get over here, they can go to a bank. When they get a green card, they can go to apply to the American citizenship. They can walk right into a bank and get a in between $10,000 and $100,000 loan. And that's why, and the niggas in the hood don't know. It's like a lot of niggas that don't know. That's why they own all the businesses, because they can get the loan. Like niggas going in and you can have the qualifications that almost get denied for a loan. and then they walk right in. They ain't gotta have shit but a green card, and they get $100,000 loan, start a business, and then hire you to work for them. And see down the side, cause my wife worked for these Koreans. They did the same thing. Mr. Kim, him and his wife came over here. They got a business loan, opened up a hair shop, and now they selling our people hair, and they hire my wife and other black, everybody that worked there black, right? Everybody that worked there is a Moor or Nubian, whatever make niggas feel comfortable, right? Everybody worked there everybody there is black. But then secretly, my wife been working there a long time, but the way they feel about black people is black people are dumb. Black people are slow. Why y'all ain't got no business? Why y'all ain't do this? But they don't know that like Dave Calloway showed that picture with the ball and chain on the chick, right? And like it's like a race, right? The Korean dude right here, he didn't have no obstacles. But the black woman, the Nubian woman, had a damn ball and chain on her leg. She had a fucking bricks in front of her. She had a dog waiting on her to get up there. I mean, it's like we got all this shit block that's slowing us down. So, but like I say, when they take all that shit out the way and take the chain and off and all that, we're gonna be able to run and take out. It's gonna be easier for us to do anything once they get out of our way. Once we get these suckers out of our way. But I know I see Dave getting frustrated like me, man. I'm sick and tired of these motherfuckers. I'm sick and tired.
Be yelling. He was like, man, I'm tired of playing with these niggas, man. Wake up, nigga.
He said half the time they're not even hiding this shit no more. You can just Google it right now. You can just Google this shit.
Spirit of the ancestors, brother. We got the spirit, bro.
I'm telling you.
Yes, we be fired up about this craziness, man. We be looking at some of the older heads going, why didn't you tell me about this when I was a kid? They be looking like, you know, we was in the church.
We would know Jesus.
Like, man, got us together, bro.
We would know Jesus, man.
Yeah, voting politicians in like that's the way. We got to vote on somebody in the office that represents us. Nigga, vote yourself in so you can represent us, man. These politicians get in there, bro, and they one-track mind. Remember I told you I was part of the reparations committee here in Ohio, right?
Okay.
And they, like I said, good brother, good people, right? They're good hearts, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to this, connected with this, it's severed. It's not connected. They thinking with this, and they ain't got none of this intellect involved in this. So they just out there going, somebody's got to try it. I'm like, bruh, we're not trying to fail no more. We're not failing no more. So do what works. If it's never been done before, doesn't mean you got to go gung-ho at it. What you need to do is find out what reparations consist of for our people. Because y'all asking for money. These Caucasians don't owe no nigga on our own land. They do not owe us money. They owe us land.
Lord Muhammad said that. Go ahead. Yep.
They owe us land, bruh. That's the one thing they doing right now is they got the foreigners coming over here. They're going to get them plenty of businesses and plenty of land. And any nigga like me and you that wise up, that want to get something done, they're going to start offering us businesses, contracts, and money so that we don't buy the land. They know that's what we want back. And they not gonna get it back without bloodshed. Caucasians ain't doing that. They was shooting niggas for walking on their property as far as my childhood in the 80s. So, you know, they do it now. They did it back in the 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s on back. When they steal some property from us, they'll shoot you for walking on it. Because they already know. You know, so they don't, like, I had to tell them that, you know, I bowed out gracefully and left that alone. I hope they're doing good. But we filed some paperwork and stuff together, and he took it to the Black Caucus, you know, what they call them, NAA, whatever they is, man. I don't even like to get into it. It makes me mad that they've been there that long and niggas is still messed up. Like, that shit pisses me off, because I told him, I was like, bro, you going to see these people? He's like, yeah, I'm going to see them. I said, man, when you get there, make sure you ask them how come they didn't do it.
Yeah, right.
Ask them that. Why we got to file for the interest on the reparations so the black people can just get paid the interest on the money, right? Why we filing for that and they didn't do it? You got to ask them that, bro. They need to come clean. The Black Caucus they're there as agents to keep me and you from rising
Yeah,
up.
the boule.
Right.
The boule, yeah.
Like Steve Coakley was talking about, that's
Yeah.
them, bruh. So why would you go to them, right? And they belong to fraternities that are Greek fraternities. Ain't none of them ancient Egyptian fraternities. So they don't have no ancient Egyptians in mind. They ain't got no Native Americans in mind.
Right.
Straight up. So I already know. I was like, that ain't gonna, me in the back of my mind, I was going, that ain't gonna work. But I'm not gonna tell you, you do what you feel you should do. I'm just gonna get the fuck up out of here now because I already see the failure coming, but I'm not gonna be here a bad apple amongst the bunch going, man, it ain't gonna work. And I'm just riding with the train with with the doubt in my heart. As soon as I got doubt in my heart, I jumped on up out of there. Like, I'm gone. I'm sure you'll find another good speaker, you know. I was all for it. I was all for it till I realized what they was trying to get. I said, y'all niggas is trying to get money? He's like, yeah, you know, because, you know, we got black families that we need to. I said, bro, that ain't going to feed our people, bro. See, you got to understand, you give a crackhead access to $1 million, they'll be dead inside of 24 hours. They gonna be like, remember Dave Chappelle? Old boy had how much? What he have? $20,000, or he sold them white people's house and had a crack party. And when they came back from vacation, they had lost the house and everything. They was like, "What's going on?" Tyrone had a crack party, nigga. He sold y'all's house.
Tyrone.
He got all kinds of money. He was like, "Nigga, it was piles of crack this high. It was mountains of crack." He was up in there getting high.
Yeah.
The only way they could bring him to the intervention was to tell the nigga they was gonna have a free crack giveaway. Black people's brains are cracked out. You know what I mean? Cracked out on money, cracked out on entertainment, cracked out on degrees from college, education, politics, indoctrination. All that's crack. We ain't talking about the drug. We talking about everything we're addicted to here in America. That's the crack. So when we get off of this stuff, then we're gonna go to hell with y'all's money. Give us land or give us the gold to back our own
minerals.
currency.
Give us minerals.
You feel me? Because if we got our own currency, then our currency is in direct competition with theirs at that point. Now you got people walking around going, what kind of money you got? It ain't gonna be cryptocurrency. It'll be my nigga, you know, we got Noble Drew Ali on our dollars. We got Baba Yanoon on the $100 bill. We got
I can't wait.
Honorable Elijah Muhammad on our 50. You know, we just keep raising the bar like that. Then people go, man, white people's money attached to credit and banks. Y'all's money attached to real gold. That means it goes back to being what it was when money first came out. It was just a note.
Yeah.
A note, my bro, telling people, hey, you know,
a promissory note.
A promissory note. I got the gold at the crib. While I got the gold at the crib here, I'm gonna write you a note. You come by and collect on this note later on, but you got to come to my house to get it, or you got to go to the bank to get it. You cannot do that anymore. You give a nigga $20, he'll shoot you for stealing that $20 as if it's got some gold attached to it.
Yeah, that's right.
Ain't got nothing attached to their money, man. Only thing that they got attached to their money is the faith in it. Go ahead. I'm sorry, big bro.
No. You good? You going? Hey, we going on the raising the bar because you came out with you said that's what we were talking about tonight, the raising the bar subject. Oh yeah, let me go ahead and talk. Let me go and say something about this so I can get it off the screen too. This right here, just the source of life that I be taking. If you get this right here, you can take this right here just like it's substitute for a meal. You can take 3 of these a day. And you won't even have to eat. Take 6 of them, man. You can just go off of these and drink water. You can go off these all day, all week. So I just wanted to show them that real quick while I got it on the screen. I'm going to start sharing the screen now so we can go back in. Yeah, but the raising the bar. So what else you got for us, 15? Because this right here is a heavy topic right here. Everybody was waiting on it. On how do we raise the bar for our children, for us as a whole race? How do we raise this bar? And set it as a high, set our goals higher as a nation. Because we got to set higher goals. What should we be doing as far as setting our higher goals right now?
Okay. For starters, the indoctrination of a Caucasian nation has to leave our brains, and we have to stop thinking like them. And I mean, in every way possible, we have to stop thinking like them. Because as long as we think like them, it supports whatever system they got going on, no matter what we do. We might go, you know, we need more jobs. Wrong. That's their system. We don't need more jobs. What we need is work, right? Take the job word out of your vocabulary because it belongs to them. Put work back in your vocabulary, and black people need to do what? Work together. That'll be your first job, working together to build something that will show them we are competition. And they can't be allowed to kill off the competition like they always do. We got to have our own defense systems. We don't have to call it a military. That's one of their words. Let's call it something else. You see? But we have to call it what we want to call it so we can define everything that we produce. We can't keep using their terminology and then trying to raise the bar because they're going to take you to court. Well, how do they get to take you to court? Well, you're using their system again, right? So if I'm going, we need black businesses. Once again, if black and white are not truly colors, then we don't need black businesses. We need Nubian business, and we need to mind our own damn business when we get it. We don't need niggas going, I don't like selling to niggas because niggas don't like to pay full price. They always want the hookup on everything. Well, give them the hookup. Make, you know, learn how to outwit what they got going on in their brain, because they still thinking like Caucasians. Doesn't mean you got to deal with them like Caucasians. You got to show them the new way. It has to be a new way implemented for us to do business with each other. That's why I was telling people about sharing. Sharing is going to eliminate black people's stresses. Okay. When you share with each other, you got to be honorable with one another, respectful with one another. You know, I know those is Caucasian words, so we'll use the ancient Egyptian word for respect and honor. We'll use the Nuwapic word for respect and honor. You can go to the Nation of Islam and get an Arabic word if you like, but we're going to indoctrinate our own people. And we're going to control the narrative for our own people so that the children do grow up going, you know what? I want to run my own company one day. I'm going to do it. And guess what? He got 10 supporters in his family that got their own money. And when I say they got their own money, I mean, they granddaddies is on it. They grandmas is on it. When you exchange a gold coin with me, my grandmother on mine, your grandmother on yours. We had to learn how to do this stuff. I could take the gold as a metallurgist or somebody that's into metallurgy and press the gold down and get with my artist and engrave, give him a picture of your grandmother. You know, it doesn't have to be an obituary picture, but you give him a picture, and then the artist takes and engraves it into the clay mold, and then boom, once you mold the gold coin, it looked just like this dude's grandmama. You can't beat that. That way, you know, when he exchanged money with you, it's solid gold, and it comes from his family, and his family, his tribe, his people, they got their own money. And then somebody got platinum coins, somebody have silver coins, somebody have copper coins. Everything that we exchange together is actually conductive energy. We ain't handing nobody no note. You see, days of the notes got to go. Unless y'all want to have a print, we don't need that. Let them do the money. Let them do the paper money. We can bring back metal currency. It has real value to it, because if somebody in that house needs to create electricity, they got metal coins that they can melt down in a crucible and form some things, you know, out of the money. It's worth more than just giving it to me. You can give it to me, boom. That's in exchange for something I have, or you can use the money in an energetic way. You don't have to go, man, I got to go out to Best Buy tomorrow. You know what time they open? No, because this brother down the street got his own electronic store. This brother down the street got his own cleaning appliances store. He's one of the best chemists in the town. You know, he's got the best cleaning equipment that when you breathe in the fumes from it, you ain't dying on the inside. It ain't killing brain cells. You see, these children got to see us being productive. They don't see no black people being productive. They see black people getting drunk and high, especially on the weekends. They see us putting on gator shoes and boots and dressing in our finest threads to go out on the town and spend money with them, Caucasians. That's what they see us doing. So when we change that narrative, we're no longer going to desire to spend money with them because they'll be spending their own money. See that little boy that carried that gold coin in his pocket that's willing to trade and share it with you. He's going to say, this is my grandmama. She's on a solid gold coin though. You see? And then when he exchanges it to you, you can say, this is my grandmama. Here she go on a solid gold coin. Here go my granddaddy on a platinum coin. You feel me? Here go my auntie. These is people that passed away in our family that we honor, right? So we put them on these coinages and exchange them with each other. And then guess what we all doing at the same time? We're getting to know each other too. I'm getting to know your family by name. I could walk up to you next time I see somebody with that kind of coin. I know they in the last dude's family. You be like, hey man, this dude down the block just gave me a coin like this. You must belong to that same grandmama, that same tribe, that same family. Then we can identify each other instead of going, oh, that's just my homeboy, or that's blood, or that's cuz. Like, bruh, that's all fine and dandy. But when you got a piece of gold to back that up, you know, this grandmama Minnie, this grandmama Gracie, this grandmama Eleanor, this grandmama, you know, Eloise, Ella Fitzgerald, or whoever you want to put on there, this will raise the indoctrination system to a different level. The children that are indoctrinated to want and have money now are not going to want and have the money with George Washington on it. That dude looked like an old white lady anyway. So you know who they respect? They respect old white ladies. They respect old white people with white hair because that's what's on the money. So when a white cop goes, hey boy, stop right there, he's frozen his mind. He don't know what to do. These is the people that, you know, they got the utmost respect for. We can change that by raising the bar and having the utmost respect for our people, right? Where our people are gold color. Our people are copper color, right? We can come out with a texture coin that's purple because we know some niggas is purple, right? They be like, what kind of metal is that? Oh, that's copper and zinc mixed, and we cooked it to where it changed purple. See, but it's still metal. You feel me? What's back in this? Oh, we got electrical products you can use this on. Instead of batteries, we create devices and systems that run off the coins. You see? You go in your house, you want to be able to know this stuff. You're not going down there to buy the latest lamp at the store because, like I said, old boy's appliance store where he makes the electronics by hand, like my grandfather used to. He'll be able to have a touch lamp that you can buy with your mother's face on your coinage. It's all gold to him. Okay, he's not looking for George Washington. He's looking for the gold color. When he see the gold color, boom, you hand him that coin. You can buy that appliance and take that home. Hey man, what does this appliance do? Or you can touch it, make it come on. It's got a button over here where you can switch it to clap on, clap off, right? Where you can just switch the mode. So when you come in now, you can snap your fingers 2 times, turn your light on. You ain't gotta touch it, right? You can do these things very simple, like with the indoctrination of teaching our children to be intelligent and that being worth more than money. It has to be worth more than money to us in the future. We can't still linger around going, boy, you going to college. And then when you go to college, you get out of college, he's fully indoctrinated by their system. So he don't have no respect for daddy no more. See, he thinks he's better than daddy because daddy didn't even graduate high school, but he did. Your son did. So I'm better than daddy. He go out to that college and bring some Caucasian girl with fur home to you. Daddy, I'm marrying her. He gonna piss daddy off, but daddy gotta let that go because he's thinking in his indoctrinated mind, this the way of the new world. No, it ain't. We're gonna sit here idly and let Caucasians and Asians and Hindus, and we're gonna let all them create the new world. It ain't gonna be fair for us, never. Because we got to make it fair for each other. And in order for us to make it fair for each other, we have to have a new way of spending currency, a new way of drinking water, providing water, plumbing. We got to have a new electricity style, a new style of building homes, a new style of working, new style of regalia, clothes, haberdashery, however you want to say it. Okay? We can't let Dapper Dan be the only dude in America that makes fine linen suits. We can't let him be the only one. We got to do it. All of us can be Dapper Dan. So when you go get your clothes, sisters, here's where y'all come and play at. And don't be upset with me when I say this. Y'all like wearing the best and finest threads. So black men will have a farm where we sell the threads that we share them or the cattle ourselves. We get the silk, we get stuff made out of alpaca. We can take all their fur and stuff, and we learn how to do this. Then y'all can buy y'all's fabric from us and make the finest threads in the world that you want to make. And then everybody can come to you. And like I said, with our newfound way of currency, with our family's faces on the coinage, we can exchange these gold coins, silver coins, platinum coins, copper coins, and then we can have some stones like rubies, diamonds. We can exchange jade, emerald, magnetite, magnets. You see, we can put our own family print on whatever it is we want to trade. We trade and share. Trading and sharing should be the humble, peaceful way for us to even build a new Jerusalem. How you gonna have a city of peace and people ain't thinking about trading and sharing? You see, I can't be, man. Do you know how pissed off people be working jobs? That just makes them mad every day. They get up, they go, "What day is it? Oh, it's Wednesday. I got to go to work at 7." What if you worked on your own farm and you had special qualities with what you produced on your farm? Everybody don't have to have the same farm, man. Somebody can have a catfish farm or a fish farm. They have their land dug out and water, poured in there and some live fish put in there and everything, and let the ecosystem do what it do, right? And then go fishing. You got your fish laid out weekly. They're going, man, this is some of the best fish ever at his farm, his fish farm. And then he brings his fish into our market centers or our malls. We have a mall that look like a daggone the pyramids of Giza, if you like. People go in that mall, they have the best experience of their life because everything is fresh. The produce in our grocery stores can be fresh from everybody's farms. You know what farm it come from because it got the name of the black family on the label. Okay? Somebody could be running the label industry where they print all of our labels for us, but they're going to be Nubian people. We're not going to the Asians to do this. We're not going nowhere. We need to go to each other, and we need to be intelligent enough to produce for self and kind. We can't just say do for self and kind. We got to produce for self and kind now. That's where we're going to raise the bar. We stop sending your child to all of those basketball camps and those football camps and those boxing camps and all these concentration camps. See? Because that's where they learn how to concentrate on a sport. And then they come back home and, Dad, look at these handles I learned out there. And the boy ain't learned how to do no metallurgy. He ain't no blacksmith. He ain't making no tools, no utensils, no cooking utensils, no pots, no pans. He don't know how to do none of that because that's lame to him. While the people in the world that make that stuff are rich and wealthy.
And as soon as they get an injury, they throw them right to the side. Go ahead.
They throw them to the wolves because that's what the scavengers get, the throwaway meat. They do the same thing with us when we go to their wars in Vietnam and whatever war they want us to be in, man. They throw us right onto the wolves when we get back home. If we couldn't get our pension, which is, a pinch of the money that they want to give you. Oh man, I get my check every month. And you looking on a check because you in check to the check. People that get checks ain't think about doing what I'm talking about. They don't want to do it. It's too far-fetched. It's too hard. It sounds too tough. The reason why it sounds tough is because the check, man, you work 40 hours out of the week, man, I can go get that check and then go on out there and buy what I want. You ain't think about making it because you got bills in front of you that's due every month. So as long as you got bills in front of you that's due every month, you thinking, oh no, I got to go to work. I ain't got time for that. Yeah, you do. That's all you got time for, is to be productive. So the main way we're gonna raise the bar as a people, I'm gonna yield the mic for a few minutes. I'm about to walk into this store. I sure wish it was a black store, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. We just got to be able to produce. Thank you, sister. Appreciate that.
Hey, you get cut off? Man, I thought somebody was trying to break
Nah,
it.
I'm up in here.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
okay,
in
I
the
thought
store.
Oh,
He's
okay,
in-
okay, yeah, okay, my bad. Hey, look, I thought somebody was trying to break it my damn house, man, but it's them boys. I had to run up in there and see because it sounded
Go
like
ahead
where
and
they.
ad lib on what I was saying, though, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. I got you. Hey, look, so like raising the bar for me is that I think that the school system, because I remember you were talking about the other day, you said that the school, like in this new fifth dimension, it ain't gonna be no schools. So I think that the educational or the curriculum has got to change too, and for us to raise the bar. They ain't really teaching our kids how to work for themselves. They teaching them how to work for them. When you go to school, to go to college, and then half the time when you get out of college, you know, when you got to college, you rarely can find a job unless you like got like a significant career, like a doctor's or like a doctor's degree, or like not necessarily a doctor's degree, but like some in medical field or some in computers, some that's relevant. You go to school for like a lot of stuff, you can't even find a job. And an old man told me something a long time ago. Old man told me something. He said college is useless. I said, what you mean by that? He said, because he said, I learned over the years, and he didn't go to college, right? And he was making more than a lot of people, right? Because he was a welder. He went got a trade as a welder, right? He's making $55 an hour, man. And on some jobs, like they were making like $20,000 a well, $10,000 a well. You had to have $1 million insurance. They was doing well, he got me a job out there. They were welding on gas lines, right? Doing gas line wells, and you making 7,000 and up in a one well, man. And they take like 30, 40 minutes to do that, man. So this cat was making so much money. And then he the type of dude, he was a country guy, but the trade game was better than going to college. That's what he was telling me, though, right? And then another thing, he said that, and remember this, he said 30 minutes of butt kissing is equivalent to 4 years of college. 30 minutes of butt kissing is equivalent to 4 years of college. Like you can have 4 years of college to go on a job, then another nigga go on the job, right? And he up in that kissing ass, and they call it brown nosing, right? And he get the job, and they send you home, right? We don't, we can't, you got that 4 years of college, but this guy here, he's a good ass kisser, and we're gonna hire him. We like this guy instead, right? So 4 years, 30 minutes of ass kissing is equivalent to 4 years of college. So I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Nigga, hey, you
That
gotta
is a fact.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And I seen it firsthand. Mr. Mundell was training me because he said eventually he used to tell me he said I'm doing this book. I got this book. I already got all the stuff in my head. That's what he was telling me. I got this book in my head. He said the book was called Niggerology. Niggerology. It talks about stuff like that, right? Like how, because they in East Texas and West Texas, man, you talk about there's some racist white folks down there, man. Well, I can't say they racist because racist is different from prejudice, but they were some prejudiced white folks in Texas. You talking about Casper, Texas, Jasper, Texas, where they got a sign. Like they might have took it down because I ain't been down there in a while, but just recently, probably like about 3-4 years ago, they still had the sign up that said, "Keep on the road, nigga. Don't stop in this time." Keep on the road, nigga. They got a monkey. Yeah, they got a monkey on the sign. And they say, keep
now,
on the road, nigga.
now let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Why do we like, okay, that's there, right?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
nigga was bold enough to knock it down?
That's a good question. I don't know. Look,
Because
I that
evidently
shit.
everybody just kept on the road, nigga.
Yeah, stay on the road, nigga. Don't stop in this time. Your money,
I'd have
hey,
pulled over
your
and
money ain't
kicked that
good.
motherfucker down, boy. They'd had to take me to jail.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something else they were doing too, in that joint. My mom, she do a lot of driving, right? But when she went through there, she ended up stopping at a store, and they went in there, man. This right here during the time Obama was president, and they had a fucking Obama black doll hanging up with a noose around his neck inside the store. Goddamn, I'm talking about this straight Ku Klux Klan land, bro. Right? And this right here, the town. I don't know if you remember or not. It's a town in Texas. This town right here, Jasper, is where they tied a black dude up and drug him behind the pickup till his skin and shit came off his body. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that. And it was some young white boys too. So
yeah, they did
who
it.
you think indoctrinated them?
Yeah, right. They parents. White power or white dominance or I watching this that series Oz and that dude Schillinger. His kids he installed in them. We the white are the best. See, like the thing is, we didn't never do. We don't really the black people don't as a whole. Some black people do it, Nubians and Moors, right? For people to put my Moors on, don't like the word black, but we got to install in our kids more that you the best, you the highest, you the cream of the crop. See, Elijah Muhammad was doing that to us. And Bible said he was doing it to his kids. Like he called him Prince, like Prince York. He said he used to call him Prince when they were little. So you a Prince, you this, you that, right? And so we got to. That's another thing. How we raise the bar instead of beating our kids down and saying you ain't you just like your daddy or you gonna be that. You gonna be out on the streets if you don't listen. We gotta encourage our kids more and install in them that they great, that you great. Man, you like the greatest. Like I tell Hakeem all the time, man, you the prophet, man. You Hakeem, you the dream, baby. You the man. I study telling them he the man. Right. You know, you gonna be great, man. Ain't nobody gonna be able to do that with you. You gonna be top of line. You the man. I'm raising the bar on them, right? That's right. That's what I'm doing. Right. So yeah, that's part of it too. Talking to our kids, and because white folks, man, they treat their kids like they grown. Even though they kids, they treat them like they grown.
That's so
we
toxic,
always say,
bro.
Go ahead. You want to go Bill on that one?
Come on, toxic, on that one. Man.
Yeah.
I was talking. Remember last night I was talking about spoiled fruit, rotten fruit. Attracts flies and maggots, environments, and a bunch of low-life animals that are scavengers. So if you treat your child that way, they're gonna hang around flies, maggots, low-life varmints, and scavengers, bruh. And what ends up happening? When they come home with them dirtbag people, you be looking at it like at them going, man, look at what you done drug up in my house. This the boy you want? You know, you talking to your daughter. This the boy you want to be some NBA young boy nigga. You be like, no, right. Because you spoiled them, right? So what do the white girls go out and get? NBA young boy niggas. Yep. They bring their asses right on to the house where their racist daddy can threaten his life and treat him like he a piece of shit. Excuse my language, y'all. I know there's probably some teenagers and children watching, but forgive me, please. This is going on. When you tell them, when you allow them to talk back to you in the house and you think it's cute, when they cussing and carrying on, you think, oh, that's cute. And then they grow up to be adults that cuss you out too. And then you want to check them because they're embarrassing you in front of people. Oh, don't embarrass me like that. Well, you taught them how to be embarrassing when they was young. You thought it was cute. You thought it was cute to call your baby out with your drunk ass at the party talking about dance for us, baby, show us that new dance. Now she's at the strip club dancing for all the drunk people. You feel me? What? My bad. That was my homeboy I work with. OG. But anyway, yeah, so it leads to that. It leads to the stripper dancing. It leads to hanging out with goons. It leads to being a thug and living the thug life. and getting high, thinking that that's what you're supposed to do because you ain't got no respect for the actual parents that, you know, raised you, got you right, because they didn't make you respect them. My mom made me respect her. You see, my dad made me respect him when I was young. Then when I turned 18, I wanted to respect him. 19, I was still nervous to cuss around my dad or say anything around it. I never did cuss around my father. I had that much respect for him. You see, my mom, she might allow a little bit of it because that's where I learned cussing from. Okay, I love my mama. Now, don't get me wrong. I love her with all my heart. Wouldn't trade my mom in for the world, bruh.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot of my street life stuff from watching my grandmother, which was my dad's mom, and then my mom. Now, my mom, her mom wasn't nowhere near like that. See? So when I came around grandma and granddad on my mom's side, if I didn't say yes, ma'am, I got smacked in the mouth.
Yeah.
If I didn't say yes, sir, I got disciplined by my grandfather. So I knew better. See, children know what they can and can't get away with around certain energies, and they play those energies to their advantage. There's children that whine, and they whine for no reason at all. They know that makes somebody move in the house to their beat. So they go ahead and start whining. And then the one that don't like it be like, shut it up, boy. And the one that says it's all right will tell you, don't tell my baby, as if y'all both didn't have the baby together. It's y'all's baby, sister, not yours. It's y'all's. If daddy says, stop it, and you say, why are you yelling at him? In front of the child sees this back and forth energy, and then the child goes, oh, okay, I'm in charge here. Not them, it's me, right? So they start swinging y'all back and forth, and then next thing you know, they get to watch y'all arguing. They get to see all of this stuff, and they use it to their advantage. They never lose sight of that control. They just learn how to get better at manipulating it later on in life. So you have to have agreements with your mate that y'all not gonna play the mom and pops game, is what I call it. We're not gonna play the mom and pops game now. Right. When I hear my wife say something to the boys, I jump right up out the bed. I don't give a damn if I'm sleeping or anything. I get up and they ain't doing it. I be like, man, you heard what your mom said. You better do it. You see what I'm saying? When I do it, she might not jump up and go, you heard what your dad say, but she wait till I leave, right? Then the boys come to her, they complaining, Mom, Dad, why he always this and that and this? And she goes straight to, your dad's right. He's right though. He's telling you to do the right thing. Why don't you just do it and stop complaining and see what she gives them that lecture. She don't go, oh, well, you know, your dad's just having a bad day. Shit. No, I'm not. I'm gonna have a bad life if I raise hellions and release them off on the planet. You see, I had an uncle that, man, one of my favorite uncles, and a cousin that we called him New Jersey Drive. That was one of his nicknames. But hey, I love my cousin now. But he was stealing cars at 13. Cars, my nigga. He was stealing bikes at 10, 11, and 12. So he just upgraded the cars. My Uncle Darnell had to pay for them cars. My little cousin didn't know that.
Wow.
He did not know his dad was going to have to pay for it. My uncle got his license and things suspended for years and couldn't get his license back because his son did that. So if you let your child be grown, oh, they're going to be way more grown than you because they ain't got to pay none of the consequences. You do. You got to pay all the consequences for your child running out there in the world and being grown. And they're going to do some messed up stuff. And you know what? They're going to talk back to the police. And when they do, the police going to blow their brains out. They're going to drag them out the car. They're going to beat them up real bad because you ain't warned them about the cops. See? You got to show them a certain example that they can actually follow that's going to upgrade them. Not the example where they see you chilling all day and hanging out and doing your thing because they really want to do that. I haven't seen a child yet that don't want to hang out. So don't let them see you hanging out all day. Let them see you working for the house to look good, and then make them tag along with you. Hey, get off that game, boy. I'm about to cut this grass. I know you might not want to do it, but I'm going to start it off. I'm going to get around the fences. I'm going to cut half of it, and you're going to do the other half. And then we both going to rake the grass up together. Why we got to rake it? Because, boy, if you don't rake this grass, right, you're going to have brown patches and stuff out here. You're going to have all kinds of stuff, and then animals and insects and gnats and all that. So rake the grass up and help me bag it up, take it out front. Because we live neat and clean like that. That's why. We do it because we good people. That's why. Now don't ask me no more. Grab one of them rakes. You got to be able to have that kind of bond with your son so that he learns to have that same kind of bond with his son. You ain't gonna ask your daughter to get out there and do that. You say, hey, go watch your mama. Go be with your mom. Mom might go shopping. Go with her. Mom might be going to work to get some vacuum cleaner bags. Go with her. Mom come in the house and she's cooking dinner. You need to be in the kitchen with her so y'all can learn, so she can tell you about what grandma was like, how grandma used to cook in the kitchen, what grandma's recipes were that they passed down, so that she don't grow up going, and some man go, you gonna cook dinner? Her new boyfriend, and she's 21 now. Now she going, cook? What's that? It's an Applebee's up the street. It's a
And
such and
that's
such
crazy
fast.
too. That's happening now. 15. That's happening right now. I see that a
It's the
lot.
toxic. Hey, big bro, we doing it to them. See, the parents are responsible for how the children's mentality functions. We're responsible. We got to quit letting people just tell you your children is bad. They're not bad. They got my genes, and I need to tame my genes and get my genes stable before I leave this planet. My genes that's in my child need to be stable. They need to be ready. And it's up to me to prepare them and guide them into that readiness. If I don't want to do it, then I'm releasing a demon on the planet. Straight up facts. Because that child is going to be a D man, which is a low man, a man on the decline, a low life, a low lander, however you want to look at it. But he's going to be a Cain to his Abel brother. All the people that are Cains walk around on crutches. They need crutches to stand on their own too. They need somebody to lean on all the time. But all the people that are able, they out here getting it done. They out here being productive. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, y'all. I gotta do something with this truck real quick. Give me a minute. I'm at
Okay,
the
I got you. I got you.
plantation.
Hey, I got you. Like, you know, like
What up, Spence?
huh? Oh, you talking to somebody in the background. Hey, yeah. So,
Yeah.
hey, we raising the bar. We're raising the bar, man. And like I say, it's like I noticed too, man. You know, like at my stepson's school, he had I think he had the 10th grade. My stepson Tank, and at his school, man, this I'm gonna tell you the NBA boy young influence, the NBA young boy influence, with the hairstyle and shit. I told him like probably like a couple months ago, probably like 9-10 months ago when I put out that tape about NBA young boy. He the most dangerous guy. You know, like 7 to 8 people that been killed this year at his school. They got shot and killed coming from school. Now, how is this happening? How is kids shooting kids? That like, man, how is this happening? That like his homeboy said that he walked his girl home from school, and then some niggas that go to the same high school in 11th, 10th grade gunned him down like on some Grand Theft Auto type shit. Like get out, like shot him, got out on it, and stunt over him, and shot and unload the clip on him. And these people in high school, all of them, all the boys, it was like 7 or 8 boys involved. Go ahead.
Video games have poisoned the brain.
Yeah, man,
No bull.
that's sad, man.
You can't let them play these games, daddies, without playing the games with them.
Mm-hmm.
You can let them play, but you got to play with them so they know what they're looking at. They don't know the difference. We think they do. We assume the babies are smart enough.
Yeah.
Nah, my baby, no, that's fake. Not till he's in a situation where he's got to think.
Mm-hmm.
Where he gonna get the actual thoughts to solve this issue in the third dimension? He's gaining it from TV. He's gaining it from watching gangster movies. He's gaining it from the video game. And in the video game, he don't have no consequences. He can get life after life after life after life. And they don't have to grow up on the video games. They just blink back into full-grown bodies with clothes on.
Right.
They call it, what they call that, respawning?
Yeah, respawning. Yep.
It started with that stinking game. This is where I remember it. When it became good to shoot a man in the head and brag about it was on Halo, right?
Yeah, Halo. Yeah.
Rainbow Six, games like this, war games, military games. So when they see these guns, they learn to identify the gun. They learn how to call the gun, what the game said the gun is. They upgrade these guns. They got camo designs on them, and they just training our children to be murderers, bloodthirsty murderers.
Yeah, that's evil, man.
Yeah, they do this on a regular basis to our babies because we have to go to work. Now, can you imagine how much time you would have if you was living in the house with your babies? You can watch them. You know what they're doing. You can say, hey, boy, put that down. Hey, what you playing on that game? I done heard too much cussing. Time to change the game. If you're online now with your headgear on and you think that those people are your friends, think again, son. Daddy got to be there to go. Them ain't your friends. Them is just people playing the game in other countries and states. They not your friends. Oh, I'm in a party right now, Dad. You're not in a party, not in this house. And then I'll stand in front of the TV. I wish my son would get up and try to put his hands on me. It'd be a bad day for him. And he already knows. Don't get mad at me over this game. I'll destroy a game in a heartbeat. He knows it. I had bought 3 Xbox 360s. They was all mine. I gave them all to my sons. When I got ready to tell them to get off of it, they had to get off of it. One day, I got so pissed off, I just ran in the daggone room because I ain't see no chores done. They hadn't vacuumed. They didn't do no dishes. Nobody cleaned the kitchen. Nobody picked up the trash in the front yard. Nobody did nothing. And I'm sitting up here exhausted from where? Work. So I'm already out of my mind. Working a job and paying bills would drive you crazy, family. I come in, I'm going, the mom was at work during the day at that time before, my wife started working at home. Me and her had man, that's another story. However, before she started working at home, I had to be there with them. I work all night. I come home, I'm tired. I sleep half the day. I don't get up till 12, 1 p.m. noon. So they run around playing games all day after I laid down the instructions to do these chores. So I said, all right, y'all called my bluff one too many times. I just came on in the room with the calm face and everything while he was mad. He was on the video game getting his ass whipped. And I just took the joystick out of his hand. I cut the game off, picked that joint up, snatched it out the wall, walked outside, and I threw a John Elway touchdown pass with my own 360. My son thought I was crazy. I marched right back on in the house, went in my oldest son's room. I didn't give a shit what he was doing. I snatched the joystick, grabbed the Xbox, took it outside, and heave-hoed that bitch across the street. And I'm telling you, it didn't break right away. So I went after it, and I came off the top ropes. I'm telling you, man, I jumped up as high as I could. Remember how Bruce Lee used to jump on a nigga chest when he killed him?
And then go, like do that face when you do it, like
I jumped up and came down on that Xbox with 2 heels, my nigga. Both heels from both feet dug deep into it. I said, I'm gonna make sure I obliterate this. While they looking at me work up a sweat like a madman over these stupid games, family. Now you see, what I did was allow the games to take control over me. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just told my children, hey, y'all can't have them no more, man, and took them down to the pawn shop and gave them away. And watch them be mad that they leaving. See, I should have did that, but they saw me act crazy. So now I got to spend a whole lot of time trying to not be crazy when I get upset, breathe and breathe hard and all that, and then let them know when I calm down what it was all about. But I'm learning. I had to learn how to control that temperament. Before, when I was a young daddy, man, I used to go off. I'm telling you, I used to be mad, steaming, piper hot mad. And I'd be looking around going, I don't give a shit. My wife would be looking at me like, you done lost it. I'd be like, I don't care. You know what I mean? These niggas gonna listen to me. I used to try to tell them, I'm not raising. This is what I used to say, bro. I'm sorry for cutting you. I used to be like, I'm not raising demons. I refuse to raise demons, bro. I used to get so mad because I'm not trying to release these more bad niggas into the street, bro. Not trying to do it. I had to set my children down, give them plenty of lectures, plenty of times. Because after I whoop my children, after I chastise them, discipline them, whatever you want to call it, I would set them down, say I'm sorry, give them a hug and everything, let them know, I just don't want y'all to turn out bad. So sometimes I get unreasonable. I don't know what I'm doing sometimes, so I got to wing it. You know what I'm saying? And they understand that. Hopefully they do. But I let them know I love y'all. I had to tell my son, me and him got into a tussle when he turned 17. He about to be 19 now, but when we got to that little tussle, he realized how strong his dad was. See, we get out there on that basketball court, you can shake and bake all you want. But if I grab hold of you, ain't nothing you gonna be able to do to break my grip. Nothing. And I had to let my wife know because she was acting like she was gonna call the police. I said, do you really think I killed my son? I had to look at her with a straight face in the heat of the moment, like, you think that I would go that far? Come on, man. She can't be indoctrinated to the point to where she wants you out of the house and thrown in jail because you're establishing dominance over a dominant force, which is a male. I wouldn't do this to my daughter. This is sons. These are sons. They can grow up to be super hotheads if I don't do something about it right now. So I had to let him know, I don't care how big you get, how old you get, you're going to respect me. And I'll see to that. Well, Dad, I don't see you doing that to none of the other kids in the neighborhood. They ain't my children, boy. I had to tell him that 100 times. Like, them niggas ain't my kids. I'm telling you how to deal with them and from a mental standpoint, so you don't have to do what I'm doing to you physically. Because if it comes to that in the streets, where's it going to end? Y'all going to want to stab and shoot each other? Just like you said, the niggas influenced by NBA YoungBoy at that school. That's what'll happen if daddy ain't there to tell that little nigga it ain't cool to have a gun, to just be walking around with your gun and flaunting it like you the man. Because I know what kind of drunk power that gives you. And then you got to give him a story. You got to let him know I was there. I had a gun one time and could have been thrown in jail and got 10 years per bullet I had in that mug. But I skimmed right past that. The officer didn't check my glove compartment. I got pulled over carrying my gun. I didn't have no permit. I didn't have no concealed to carry license or nothing. I just had me a gun. Why? Because I've been robbed before. I said the next time a nigga rob me, it's gonna be a rude awakening for him. And I was carrying that attitude. I had to let my son know that, bruh, we own guns, but you don't see me leave the house with it, do you? That mug stay right here at the house because it's for y'all's protection, not mine. It's for y'all's protection, my family's protection. So it's not cool to be out here going, we got 9mm and AKs at the house. It ain't cool to tell them that your dad got a bulletproof vest. It ain't cool to tell them my dad take me to the range every week. Letting them know that you are a potential killer. Because they going to call you on that bluff one day, nigga. You're going to be out with your homeboys and they're going to have beef with somebody. And, this happened to me before. One of my cousins picked me up. I was 17 myself and we was just going for a ride. And I'm like, where are we going? And I knew something wasn't right when the nigga said, just ride. Just ride. Nigga, you just come pick me up talking about some just ride. And then we go by this one cat's crib that used to go to our middle school. Then thank goodness wasn't nobody home. But he threw a Glock in my lap. They rolled down the windows and started shooting up the house. I didn't fire the gun that he gave me. I didn't even pick it up. I put it on the floor and left it where it was. And them niggas peeled off. Everybody's adrenaline was going, and I'm looking at them going, what was that for? And why y'all got me in the car with you? This is what your family will do to you because they don't know no better, right? So I had to be witty in that situation. I had to be like Trey from Boys in the Hood. Hey, Doe, let me out, Doe. Let me out the car, Doe, boy. I had to let him like, nigga, y'all not taking me down with y'all. Let me out this motherfucker now. Y'all, you don't want me to drive you back home? Nah, nigga, I'll walk. I'll walk. I'm safer alone. I see that shit right now. So I had to make wise decisions. I had to be the voice of reason. Sometimes the voice of reason is that raising the bar. See, because they was taught that what they did was right. They was taught that what they did was cool. It was the thing to do when you had some beef. You shoot a nigga's crib up. What if his grandma was in the kitchen and got shot? What if a little baby was just up walking around the house and y'all didn't know that and got shot in the head? Y'all don't know. You see? And now I'm sitting up here in the car with you niggas. Nah, bruh. We got to do better, and be more productive for each other. We shouldn't have time to run the streets with the guns. That's what niggas don't know. You should be so productive for your people that you ain't got time to be out there on the corner waiting on the latest fiend to walk by so you can sell him a rock. You know, telling him, I got whatever you need. We got X, we got pills, we got crack, we got cocaine, we got everything. You a one-stop shop for a dope fiend store, my nigga. Why is that how we make all our money? And then we think we're doing something great when we take the money and buy a studio. And then niggas go to the studio doing the same thing they was doing on the street. Selling dope out the studio, got the guns up in the studio, and all of the prostitutes in the neighborhood at the studio. And then everybody got to be messed up and high, which is the kind of music you hear nowadays. Everybody on the music that you hear now is high. They're not sober. They're high. They're messed up. They're out of their mind. So the children, when they hear that music, they go, I can't wait so I can get high and be out of my mind.
Yep,
so I can
that's
be cool
true.
too. This is poisonous stuff that has to stop. And the only way it's going to stop is if we raise the bar.
That's right. Hey, I got something else for you too. 15.
Go ahead, big bro. You got it.
Hey,
I got some things to handle.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, it's another thing that's being perpetuated too. Crack ass, because a lot of niggas they sagging and they showing they crack ass. And then on Facebook, you go on Facebook, click on something. Somebody got some naked chick showing her ass. So it's always being crack ass. I'm being perpetuated with the crack ass. And I know crack ass go back billions of years. And forgive me for if anybody don't listen, if they don't like the word ass. I gotta say another word. Crack butt. But crack ass is being sold and it's being perpetuated in every single video, every single movie. It's got to be crack ass. Every movie, every Facebook channel. When I go on Facebook, somebody got on the shit when they sharing they short shit. They got some crack ass is being sold. There's a lot of women out here. They on Facebook and Instagram crack ass. I mean, it's just all about ass. I'm being perpetuated with crack ass. I just walked in the back just now to go in there and check on my babies. And my stepson, he over here now, he was selling me some, he had his crack ass out. I had to tell him, hey man, what you dealing drugs now? He's like, what you mean? I mean, you telling me some straight crack ass right now. I mean, I'm playing perpetuated with this. Yeah, so everywhere you go, you can't watch a goddamn movie. You can't go in the store, in the grocery store. You can't go nowhere without crack ass being sold. So what's your take on that, man? It's being sold worldwide right now.
It most definitely is. And dirty draws.
Yeah. I don't want to see your stinking ass when you got your pants. Hey, it was one earlier to probably this not what it was day before yesterday. I went into Burlington's coat factory and the dude was walking right in front of me and he had his pants. He might well pull them down to the ground. I mean, goddamn, you might well just pull your shit all the way down to the ground, man. I mean, you got just he's showing his whole boxers. I mean, goddamn, man, you might well. I ain't want to say nothing to him because you know how these youngsters is, man. How old nigga?
See,
can't tell me.
See, that's what I mean, bro. Yeah, right? We can't say nothing like, man, the old heads from my era, bro, would have told me, pull your pants up, young man.
Yeah.
And I have respect for them, bro. Not now. You tell these niggas, hey, man, you know, it's little girls around here, bro. You know, babies, like 6, 7 years old. They got to see your butt too. Man, watch your mouth. Who you think you talking to? What? Boy, I will break you in half. Like, you ain't allowed to get that mad no more, young elder, because that's when they pull up their shirt on you. Oh, go ahead. Look, see you try.
Yeah, let me show you what them time
like, so now you gonna shoot me because I have the ability to do it. Let me see you stop me with your hands and not a bullet. How about that?
Look, you know, I guess the guy must have heard me telepathically because he pulled him up a little bit, but he ain't pull him up all the way, man. Pull your goddamn, my granddad used to call them britches. Pull your britches up on your head, your britches. That's what the old folks used to call them, right? Britches. But this, man, it's getting out of hand. Like the crack ass, I mean, it's being so worldwide. It's getting worse and worse and worse. I mean, you want something, and for the straight cats, if you walking around with it's mostly young cats, man. I rarely see older cats, like our generation, but it's like the younger cats, man. Like an NBA young boy, he can't even wear his pants. And then not only is these niggas sagging, they got some tights on. You got some fucking tight ass pants on. You sagging, and then you got tight ass britches. I mean,
bro, that's even crazier, bro. How you sag something that's unsaggable? That means right? You're not sagging, you pulling them down.
Yeah, you got to.
I seen a young boy right working my son's job. Same scenario, tight pants, below butt crack line. Okay, they was below butt crack, and I seen the dude reach back to pull him up, and then something in his mind said, "Oh no, they cool." As he was walking, I said, me and my wife sitting in the car. I said, "Man, look at this." I said, "Look at this shit. Look at how cool he thinks he is. Look at him. He think he the coolest thing walking, right?"
Somebody looking right up in his ass.
He leaned back, and he said, he went like this, and kept walking and left him down. I said, I thought when he was leaning back, he was gonna pull him up. Yeah. No, my nigga, no.
Damn.
He left him there because he knew, and I hate to say this, but I'm gonna have to say it.
Yeah.
All of the little girls that I was talking about that are rotten, spoiled fruit, those are the flies they attract. He knew some little girl wanted to see it.
Yeah.
So he was like, F the elders. See?
Yeah.
F the older people.
Now that's gotta be some kind of, man, for you, man, who want to show their ass to everybody? I mean, and then don't have no damn dookie stains up in your shit and you going showing your ass. Come on, man. Like you make me, man, look, that dude made me want to throw up. I say, man, is this shit really happening? Like with this, when that dude walking in and he down there, man, he almost had his pants down to his ankles, sagging. He might well just pull them. I say, damn, he might well just take them motherfuckers off and walk in there with his boxes on. If that's the case,
disrespectful, man.
I said, man, look at this shit. And then old folks looking at him, old folks, they scared to say something to him too now because they like, damn, I don't want to say nothing to this young buck. And then he get all, oh, fuck you. I'm gonna, excuse my language. Oh, I'm gonna wear my shit like I want to. And what makes a woman that got any sense think that that's cool? What makes a woman that think they got any sense think that a nigga with his pants down? That's just it.
It ain't no woman that got sense that think that's cool. Yeah. So all the women that think that shit is cool don't have no sense.
That's right.
They just as low as the nigga sagging the pants, bro.
That's right. That's right.
It's craziness.
That's
And
right.
it's sad to say, but what causes this is the government systems that indoctrinated us to think that the government was our parents. So they don't care about mommy and daddy because they was raised by the system. Foster care homes, mental health hospitals,
TV.
juvenile detention, right? Detention centers. They was raised in those. So they was raised talking to dudes that had abandonment issues. Little girls, they wanted the girlfriends. The girlfriends had abandonment issues. I know several girls that killed their boyfriends when they were young. Killed them, stabbed them up. See? But what made her think she could get away with that? I could just stab you.
TV.
She was out of her mind, man.
Yeah, out of your damn mind.
Just out of your damn mind, running around here thinking anything goes. But see, they don't go do this stuff to the other species of people. They don't do this to Asians or Caucasian people. They do this to their own people. So you see who they got the problem with. They got a problem with their mamas and their daddies. So they resent anybody that's kin to their mama and daddy and look like them. And they only want to hang with people that have problems with their mothers and their fathers. Because it caters to the idea of self-hate. They're comfortable around people that make them feel like they're right for how they think. They're not comfortable around people that go, nah, man, that ain't cool to hate your mom. I don't care if she wasn't in your life. You don't even know what she was going through and why she was strung out. Man, don't you tell me that bitch and calling their mom a bitch and all that. And then if you say, don't call your mom no bitch, man, she brought you into this world. Motherfucker, me and you getting ready to bump. We getting ready to go at it. We getting ready to. That's how we get. The Cains are killing the Abels.
Yeah.
So if you able to change it, Cain want to knock your head off.
Yeah.
That's in now. I'm only bringing this up because I need us to recognize how far back it goes in the blood. It doesn't start and stop with slavery. It was going on way before they came over here and stole our land here.
Yeah.
It was going on way before we built ancient Kemet. Set and Asar. These are the same children we talking about, family. Think about it. You think Set didn't sag his pants? You think Satuk didn't sag? You think Satuk wasn't showing his ass where Asar didn't? Asar was a stand-up guy. Everybody liked Asar. Asar had gifts, abilities, could sing, dance, play instruments, all this. Set couldn't. All Set could do was play basketball good and kill niggas. So he was always getting high and trying to take over the hood. He was trying to be a don back in the day. He wasn't trying to be a teacher, somebody that was bringing his people up. No. So this stuff is ancient in our DNA. It's ancient. It's not just because the Caucasians came in and established a system. No, this is in our DNA. All they did was observe us acting a certain way and they capitalized on it. Just like when I play chess. If I see you make a mistake, I'm going to capitalize on it. They seen us going at each other already and they capitalized on it. So we just got to learn how to not go at each other no more. These youngins that don't want to listen to you, provide something to where they don't have a choice. Meaning, make them come to you. You got to set something up that they like. Okay? Then they'll come to you, you give them what they want, then boom, they learn to want what you have to give. Ain't that what the master teacher said? He had to do that for 30 years with niggas. Young, old, male and female, demented type of thinking. He had to get everybody's thinking right. 30 years, he gave everybody what they wanted. Right when he was getting ready to give us what we needed, they snatched it. You see? If they didn't, wouldn't be no need for us to talk about what it is we need as a people. We just ain't got no land for people to exploit. Baba gave y'all what y'all wanted. Free room and board. Taught you how to be productive. Taught you how to think straight. And still, some demons emerged. Still, how do you stop niggas from being demonic? That's the big question of the hour right there. Because the niggas that can't stop backstabbing other black people, other Nubians, they got to go. We ain't got to be the ones to get rid of them. Leave them to the wolves.
Yeah.
The wolves is the police. So all these youngsters that don't want to pull their pants up, then you go to their mamas and say, excuse me, ma'am, is this your child? And she acts like a hood rat. Like, man, this lady was 50 years old and cussing me out like she condoned her son sagging pants and and toting guns in the street. Then
you
already know. Go ahead,
my cousin, I got a cousin, man. He a real character, man. He a funny dude, right? And like when somebody pull up at his house, and he said, the guy pull up at my house, say he want to fight. He said, you want to fight? He said, all right, no problem. I got somebody you can fight. Let me get, hey, 911. Hey, let me get a couple cops down here, man. We got a guy who want to fight outside. They said, hey, look, if you want to do you want to do some have a shootout? No problem. Hold on, just give me a minute. Hey, 911, we got a guy down here saying you want to have a shootout. We get the police down here. Hey, look, like you got to put the devil on the devil. Go ahead.
You got to, bro. If you don't call them wolves, you become a lowlife, just like the dude that you wanted off your property. Because you got to meet him where he is, which is insane. He's out of his mind. You got to meet him in that demented stage. You got to roll around in your front yard with a dude that you politely asked to get off your lawn, get away from my house, or get out of my house. You can say, could you please leave? Can you please, like Stanley on Friday, could you please stay off my grass? As soon as Stanley told them niggas to stay off his grass, they said, fuck your grass, Stanley. It was messed up. And then when Stanley left, they broke in the nigga house. That was on Friday.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, you see, we grew up watching.
Oh, damn. Hey, 15. Oh, shit. Hey, unmute your phone, 15. Man, what the hell happened? Hey, 15.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, there you go, right there on my back. I was trying to mute mine and actually clicked on your shit. Damn.
That's all good. I was saying they was teaching us back then to be disrespectful to our parents and our elders. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so in the movies, they made it cool. They made it all right. They made it the likable thing to do for us to turn on the elders, man.
Yeah.
They've been doing it. And they act like, oh, everybody was doing it before we did a movie on it. That don't mean you were supposed to do a movie on it, fool. Doing a movie on it, let everybody else in the world that had never seen it before start doing it. As long as it was being contained only in the households where people were acting stupid like that, that could have been fixed over time. But when you start putting out movies that pollute our brains to think that all this stuff isn't strange, it's the thing to do. Now look at what we got. Look at what we produced now. How many children you think are watching Power, 50 Cent's show, Power Book 2? The little boy killed his own daddy. Huh? You see? Now, how many boys out here are actually going, I can't wait to pop my daddy? They out here. Yeah. They are out here in handfuls where the mom can't watch them. She can't control them. All she do is think she doing her job because daddy ain't there. Daddy in jail or daddy's dead. See? Or daddy got kicked out of the house by her. Now he got to work 2-3 jobs because he paying child support, and she talks shit about him and put negative thoughts in the children's head about him all day, every day. So they don't even like their daddy. They don't even like him when he come around. He come around with the bare necessities going, it's all I got, you know what I mean? You know, I ain't seen y'all in 2 weeks, man. Me and your mom been going at it. But here go $25 for you, and give 25 to your sister, and then take this other 20 and get something for your baby brother. He got kicked out of his whole house and he's still trying to be a dad. And he's depressed. So when they see him, he's drunk and he's hanging out with his homeboys, but he still manages to dig in his pocket and give them some money. And all they can think in their heads is, damn, mom be at home going off about this nigga. And he out here drinking. He ain't shit. You don't know he just got off his second job. He got to work one job, take care of himself, and work another one that's going to eat child support. Our child support is just going to eat it up like a parasite. This has to stop. Okay? Men that grew up with no parents and got abandonment issues, stop getting married, because you're no good until your brain and your psychological ways of thinking have been fixed. You ain't gonna do nothing but beat the woman. You ain't gonna do nothing but cause more trauma to her. So stay away. Stop letting your little head lead you. Okay? Because there's a lot of men out here that know better, but they all out here trying to get have some sex and knowing what that's supposed to lead to. It's supposed to lead to procreation, but you are going to call the baby an accident because you didn't intend on bringing a life into the planet. That's craziness. There's brothers out here doing that. Those be brothers sometimes that end up in that deadbeat dad situation. They end up in that situation because they daddies was in it. They mamas talk shit about their daddy. They don't know how to be a good dad. They just know when they got the babies, they got to be there in some way, form, or fashion. Then when somebody else raise your child, if that child becomes successful, then you want to pop up at the NBA draft going, oh, that's my son. Your son be ready to kill you at that moment. Like, nigga, you wasn't shit. You feel me? This has to stop, man. And TV perpetuates the stereotype on all of the youth that's coming up. Because all of us that live to be middle age to old age, we get a chance to fix it. But the youth, they're not giving themselves a chance to fix it. They killing each other right now. They killing each other at 12, 13. It was a young bruh that used to be at this place that I worked at. It was the mental health hospital for teenagers. I ain't gonna get none of y'all the name, but I worked there, man. The Most High put me in that predicament to work there for 3 years. And I seen how they're making our children crazy. I seen all the children that didn't want no adult in the building to tell them what to do because they had been on their own since they was 12. We had the biggest, and look, I'm not trying to throw shade on the sisters, but we had the biggest problem out of the female units of girls. Because you know why? They didn't have to do what you said do. They all thought they were smarter than the men and the women, right? They all thought they could manipulate the system. And it wasn't just a thought, they actually could. All a man had to do was look at a girl. She would fill out a grievance report that the dude was touching on her or watching her come out the shower butt naked or something. Get the old man kicked off the unit and he ain't done nothing. I watched this. I was like, damn, man, what happened to Frank? Oh, man, you know, old girl wrote a grievance on me, man, got me kicked off the unit because she didn't like me. That's it? Yeah, I don't know what else it could have been. She just didn't like how I was looking. She didn't like how you was looking, my G, and got you kicked off the unit? Yeah. So I talked to that little girl. She said, old boy was a rapist when I talked to her. I said, how you know he a rapist? She looked at me and said, in all sincerity and craziness, I could see the craziness in her eyes. She said, have you ever been raped? I backed off of her like, hell no, I guess you do know what a rapist look like. And I left her alone. But I know the dude that she, you know, got kicked off the unit didn't do what she said he did. I said, now that right there, if that ain't magic, I don't know what is. Because she sure enough flexed her power that nobody in the building thought she had. The power of manipulation and persuasion will always be in the upper hand of the woman, not the man. It'll always be in her hands. And you know what kind of men that kind of girl respect? Pimps. She only respects a man that's slicker with his tongue than her and is not afraid to beat on her like he's a woman too. That's who she respects. And that's the madness, because the girl was only 15 years old, but she was steady telling all the men on the unit she thought was cute that they looked good. Yeah, baiting them. I said, man, that dude old enough to be your daddy. Shoot, my boyfriend that I had before I came in here was 35. This is a 14-year-old girl. So what pedophile ass nigga was fucking with you? But these are the mentally ill children we have in the streets today. They raise themselves. So they're not listening to anybody else. They're not listening to no voice of reason. They got control over their breath. And they're willing to lie to get you away from them. It's straight demonic behavior in every sense of the word, demon. And they don't see nothing wrong with it because nobody was there to prevent the trauma and damages that happened to them when they were just poor little children. Nobody was there to stop that. And it's vice versa with the boys. We had a boy up in there that I got real cool with. I was mentoring this child, and as long as I was there, he was doing good. During the day, I wouldn't be there. I worked third shift. So I used to educate him on a lot of the right knowledge and scrolls and the books and stuff, because I used to bring the books in there, and I used to talk to the children about right knowledge all the time, talk about Baba. You know what I mean? All this stuff was reforming how they thought about themselves. And then when I wouldn't be there, it'd be some old dumbass staff member up in there that don't give a shit about the child, don't care 2 cents about him. Then I come in there third shift. What's going on? They got him locked up in the daggone room talking about, man, he was tripping. He was such. And then when I talked to him, he let me know what the staff member was saying and doing. And I'm like, damn. So when I'm not here, y'all don't feel like y'all got a staff member that cares. All the staff members just be muscling y'all around and doing and saying whatever they want to y'all and treating y'all like shit. So you come back, you hear that, you hear about what staff member it was. You got to put 2 and 2 together. Like, man, I know. Okay, you right. You might be right, because this dude is capable. He's capable of doing this. So I see what you're talking about. Little young blood got into a fight. When he first got there, he didn't talk to nobody for a whole week. Children's Services found this boy sleeping in a dog house. Sleeping in a doghouse. Why? His grandmother kicked him out because he was too much for her to handle. She said, get out. And instead of him leaving the house, he got out of the house and went out back in the backyard, and he stayed in the doghouse. He didn't know where else to sleep. So by him living in the doghouse, when he came to us, the poor child had scabies. So we had to get rid of the scabies first. And then when I got to know him and got cool with him, was talking to him every day, I got his head on straight, and realized these children really do go through a lot of mental trauma. All the children that are going through this mental trauma, if you are there for your babies, you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot let your son date one of them girls that was in that juvie. You can't let your daughter date one of them boys that was in that juvie, because they're mentally messed up. They don't know what's right and what's wrong. They don't know how to treat people. All they want to do is not be mistreated. And they'll go above and beyond to F everybody over to keep that from happening to them, because it's better them than you, nigga. I mean, you know, better you than them when it comes to the pain. That's how I meant to say that. It's better you than them. That's the mentality they have. Can they be changed? Yep, but they gotta want it. Every child that wants it will get it because they'll strive for that. Every child that don't want it and sees the way that they have it is already better. They already got the creme de la creme. They ain't trying to listen to you. You start going, hey man, once you get off these streets, stop selling these drugs, man. Come on down here to the warehouse and work for me, man. I'll pay you $18 an hour. Man, you know I make $5 grand a day. Nobody trying to stop making $5 grand a day for your little measly. And they'll just talk shit up to you. These is mentally unstable people. Okay? They're not trying to make it right. They ain't trying to get right and they ain't trying to do right. But these is the children that are out here for our children to pick from. And as long as they're out here, daughters, listen carefully. Allow your father to pick the man that you with. Allow him to do so because he's saving you and himself. Boys, allow your mother to pick the woman that you're going to be with because she's going to know what sister she can get along with. She's not trying to deal with no hood rat, loud mouth ass, juvie, foster care home having girl that's going to beat her up one day, okay, because she ain't listening to you in the house. And then, mom, you know, she didn't cut me again and ran off and she, you know, shot at me the other day. And you got a girl doing all this. And then the mom, she's scared shitless, like, son, if she stabbed you and shot at you, she liable to come over there with her gun and blow the little girl away. So this is what you're preventing when you allow the parents to pick the mate. We used to have ceremonies and rituals for this in tribes. Excuse me. Somehow, we thought letting our daughters and our boys pick their own mate, we thought that was the way. Nigga, that ain't the way. That ain't never gonna be the way. As you can see, look at our families today because the daughters is allowed to pick the men they want and the men is allowed to pick the women they want. Look, just take a good look. Take a gander at it. Let's look at it on the shows, on TV. Name one household where daddy got respect now. Back in the 1800s, 1900s, dads had the utmost respect in their household. Now, everybody telling dad what to do. Because if dad raises his voice, somebody can just call the police on dad. Dad is public enemy number one in the house now. Why? Because of what I just said is allowed to keep going on. When she brought hood rat boy in the house, daddy said, oh no, my daughter ain't gonna be with this nigga. And she cried and hated daddy. I hate you. I hate you. I'm running away. And she ran away with the nigga that you said she couldn't be with. And then when he put hands on her and smacked her up and beat her down and told her she wasn't nothing but a good for nothing hoe, after he found him another hoe, the hole to stick his dick in, now she coming back to daddy. Daddy, I should have listened to you. And then you embrace her with open arms. That's right, baby. I'm sorry. You know, sorry you had to go through that. But then when another man come around, she wants you to stay out of that too. Because she still ain't learned because she's rotten. How did thinking that she can make grown-up adult decisions with a child brain? We gotta stop this shit when they're babies. So when your child, I don't care if they're 2, 3, 4, if they cuss, you give them a soft tap on the mouth with the white side of your hand, not the brown side. You don't slap them with the knuckles. You pop them in the mouth with the palm side of the hand. Give them a couple pops. Pop, pop. Don't say that no more. Every time they think it's cool to say it, you give them 2. Pop, pop, don't say it no more. Pretty soon, they're going to be looking for other people to get slapped that's cussing because they know it's wrong. You got to program the brain. We're not programming the brains anymore. That's why every child grows up thinking they can do what they want to do. Now, how do we raise the bar in the house? We already talked about raising the Nubian economy up with our own currency, our own trade, and our own sharing process. But you got to correct the brain, the indoctrination in the house. Stop telling them Jesus is going to fix it. Please let them know they have to fix it. Then they'll be more responsible. If you keep saying Jesus is going to fix it, they're going to wait for Jesus to fix everything. They're not going to fix nothing. That's indoctrination, family. You got your daughter up in church thinking she's going to meet the perfect man there. No, she's not. Everybody in there is crazy, including the pastor. Hey, forgive me for laughing. I was raised in the church. So yeah, I'm speaking from experience. I'm not being biased. I'm just telling you what I saw. I saw the craziness.
Firsthand.
I saw firsthand, my nigga. I'm talking about you talking to a dude that went to church Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. The only day we didn't go was on Friday. So I went to church damn near every day of the week. And I did not see nothing beyond crazy. Everybody's crazy. Everybody in there is crazy. All of the cooking banquets and all the fundraisers for the new church and for building onto a church, craziness. They wasn't raising money to pay everybody's rent that had a membership at the congregation. They wasn't trying to pay everybody's bills. They was raising money to expand the congregation. That's craziness. See, I didn't know it was crazy back then because I was crazy. You think I'm exempt? No, as long as I was in church, I was crazy like they were. I didn't know no better, so I couldn't do any better. I was just happy to see all the crazy people that was like me. And still love them people to this day. I love all my family members that go to church. I love all my Muslim family members. I love all of my family members that became Buddhists. Some of them, you know, Hebrew Israelites, Hebrews. I love them all, but they want something to come save them. Out, sanity, whatever words you want to use. They ain't got it right. Because if they had it right, all of us as a people, would have it right. It would fix itself. They don't see that. The children would grow up fixing the problems of old, but they can't because they all are waiting on Jesus. The babies is in church learning how to wait. They're not learning how to do nothing except for draw and color and cook Sunday dinners and go on church field trips and go to another church out of town on an evangelist mission. They learn how to go door to door and aggravate people just living their regular old lives. Are you prepared for Jehovah's return? That's some bullshit. And if you tell them it's bullshit, they want to sit down in your front living room and try to make you crazy. Well, I feel sorry for your soul. You don't even know what a soul is, sir. Get out of my house. That's what y'all should start telling to some of these mad people. You don't know what a soul is. You don't know what it is to have a spirit or really be spiritual. You got us messed up with that stuff. We are messed up because of it. I was on my spiritual path, my righteous path, a path to righteousness. As soon as a sister talk to me about the Elohim, and she told me about Baba and all this, back when I was wanting to be a rap star. I was what? Guess how old I was, young elder, when I got turned on to Baba?
Hey, you was about around what, 19, 17, 18?
15.
Now you was young. Yeah, you was young then. I remember you had the books at school. You was telling me.
I was 15, man. When I started reading Baba's books, I was like, what? I said, this is the truth right here. I went straight to my dad, who was the assistant pastor at the church.
Yeah.
I was like, Dad, look at this book. It was this God of Extraterrestrial book. I was showing him that. My dad looked at it, and before he could open the cover, he seen a reptilian on the cover of it. And my dad said, the blood of Jesus.
Wow.
I said, Dad, don't judge a book by its cover. I said, at least read what's in it. Dad flipped through about 5-6 pages, didn't read nothing, closed it, and said, sit down, son, let me talk to you. And tried to get me to go backwards. Now, my dad, you know, he wasn't wrong about everything. He wasn't right about everything. He was just trying to protect me. I see that now, but when I was young, I was like, why don't you want me to be on this level of intelligence? The master teacher was waking me up at 15, 16 years old and 17, 18 on up to now. But my dad couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle it. He didn't have no disrespectful things to say about the master teacher. No, he just told me to leave it alone. Okay? He wanted me to stay out of those books. He wanted me in the Bible. Read the Bible, son. That's all you need is the Bible. You need to read. My dad carried his Bible everywhere as if it was a bulletproof vest. Okay? This is the kind of father I had. He had a good spirit, a good soul. He helped people. He taught me how to be kind and nice and all this stuff he taught me. So, yeah, I love him for that. But when it comes to that church, he was indoctrinated to be crazy. We all were. Okay? We go to church to get our spiritual high. Then we leave about a church feeling good. Then we go down as a church family to a church Sunday dinner. Everybody eat. And then Monday, all over again, same problems. Nothing's changing in the world. They say when you get saved, your life changed. Guess how many times I got saved and baptized, young elder? I tried to change my life 3 times. I got saved in 3 different churches, baptized in 3 different churches, my nigga. I was in a youth ministry, my nigga, when I was young. 12, 13 years old, memorizing, John 3:16 and memorizing the 10 Commandments and memorizing certain scriptures of the Bible, bruh. So that I could be better. Then got out there in the streets and seen all the kids that I was at church with in the streets doing whatever they wanted to do. And I'm looking at them going, this is wrong. How are y'all able to do this knowing y'all got saved? Because I realized nobody was saved, bruh. I didn't see that until I picked up Is God an Extraterrestrial? When I picked up Baba's book, my nigga, it was a wrap. I didn't even have Baba's book first. The sister that told me about the Elohim when I was 15 years old, she was smart enough to send me to the library to start my own mission. I went to the library, went to the Afrocentric aisle that they had those books on, or all the Black authors, and there was this book that I picked up called Black Exodus. I'll never forget it. Read that book all the way from cover to cover. It blew my mind. That book blew my mind. Before I even picked up any of Baba's books, I was living with my grandmother. Peace be upon her, and my grandfather. My uncle, my favorite uncle, was staying there too, right? I read this book, man, my mind was blown. I'm talking about it cracked my head. And guess what? Guess the only thing that cracked my head about the book? Jesus' real name was Yahshua. That blew my mind. You mean to tell me all these years I'm in church praying to Jesus and I should have been praying to Yahshua? I was mad at that shit, bro. I went home to my grandmother, who was a devout Christian evangelist with healing powers in her hands. And, you know what I mean? Grandma had some special abilities, but she was using them all for the church. Okay? Told grandma, my granddad, you know, that was like my best friend, listening to me, regardless whether he disagreed or not. He was just hearing me out. Grandma, on the other hand, she was getting disturbed that I was saying that Jesus' real name was Joshua. Jesus' real name was Joshua. Grandma's Joshua. It ain't Jesus. It ain't. Grandma was bad, bro. My Uncle Donnell came in there late. I don't know where he was coming from. And Uncle D heard and seen how mad his parents was at his nephew, and gave my grandparents, my grandmother, because granddad, you know, he wasn't gonna tell granddad what to do. That was his daddy. But he said, shoot, if this was my house, either that book would have to go, or him and that book would have to get out my house, right? Grandma took him up on that, and she said, Ramon, that book gonna have to get out of here tonight. That book can't stay in his house one more night. My grandmother was real superstitious, you know, on the witchcraft tip. So when she said that, I said, but grandma, I got the book from the library. You know, I could take the book back to the library tomorrow. She said, no, that book got to get out of here tonight. And I was like, but grandma, it's a library book. I don't give a daggone where it come from. Ramon, you got to get that book out of here. I said, so what y'all want me to do? Just throw it out front in the front yard? I packed my bags and headed out on the streets. I said, man, who's the closest house? At my Aunt Ruby. I said, I'm gonna walk over Aunt Ruby's, man. I can't believe I just got kicked out of my grandmother's house for learning something new. Learning something new, bro. All I said was Jesus' name, real name was Yahshua, and I showed her the proof.
Damn.
Now here's the catch. 4 years later, Passion of the motherfucking Christ drops.
This is crazy right here. Go ahead.
Passion of the Christ drops, and everybody's calling him Yahshua. Man, I wanted to throw up. I said, so you mean to tell me you'll listen to Mel Gibson, but not your own grandbaby? I walked over my Aunt Ruby's house that night with that book in my hand, and I'm telling you, I sent a message out to the universe. I said to the Most High, I was just calling it Most High at the time, if I'm wrong, I don't want to live. Please take me out of here tonight. I was wishing death upon myself that night. That's how much of the truth I was thirsty for.
Wow.
So I'm just letting people know our families are sick. They're sick. They're indoctrinated to go against anything that sets them free. Anything that breaks opens the gate for them to leave. They hate it. They're scared of it. They're frightened. They don't want to hear none of that. Nowadays, they're open to it, but not back in 95. Not in 96. No, sirree, Bob. I got kicked out. Did I hate my grandparents? No. I loved them. Still love them. But I realized something was really wrong then, though. See, shortly after that, I met another brother, elder brother. He used to play, used to be part of some of the musicians that played for Baba. His name was Mike Washington. Real good brother. Looked like a Native American chief. This brother was a good brother, you know. He had shelves and shelves of right knowledge books and tapes and stuff, you know. He had a library damn near as good as Elder Raguel's library. Hey, he had almost everything you had, Elder Raguel, and then some, right? And I wanted to take some of them scrolls home, man. He
Oh,
wouldn't
for
let me.
real?
Oh yeah. He had shelves, bookshelves in his basement, lined up with the knowledge. And I used to come over his house every day. We played chess together. You know what I mean? He took me into a studio, showed me, how to work the switchboard and mixer board and all that stuff. And he would play his guitar and everything, bro. He was a cool brother, man. But his wife wasn't in right knowledge. It was just him. I thought that was odd. I was like, you mean to tell me your wife don't believe none of this? She ain't with this? No, it was just him. His sons, they learned later. I used to talk to his sons. They was good friends of mine in high school, ninth and 10th grade, and they was good people. However, he would never let me take none of them books home. So we had to set up meetings at the library to have study groups. This is how much of this knowledge I had to have, bruh. I had to have it. I was like, this is crazy that this kind of information is out here. Nobody cares. I just couldn't believe that, bro. I couldn't believe it. I was at school when I first was able to buy my scrolls. I had that God is Extraterrestrial scroll. I had another book, What is the Spirit or Soul? What is the Soul? I had both of those. And I read them thoroughly. Dang near memorized the stuff that the Bible was teaching in those books and those little pamphlets, man. And I took them to high school with me. I had my Bible too, just so I could open my Bible up and crack some heads. And I was in school cracking heads, okay? At 11th grade, right? 11th grade, I'm in school cracking heads. And I'll never forget a beautiful sister. She looked like Diana Ross. Her name was Rosie, real sweetheart. Rosie said, come here, Tony, let me talk to you for a second. She pulled me out in the hallway. Like, she was an upperclassman. She wasn't in my class. She was older than me. She said, I like what you're doing, right? And it all sounds like it's good stuff. And she looked at me right in my face. She grabbed my face like a mom would grab a child. She said, you're scaring people. I looked at her and I said, huh? I was in disbelief. Like, how is the truth scaring people? Like, no. She told me, she said, you're scaring people, sweetheart. You got to stop. And she was doing that to protect me. Because I had a friend named Rockmore. I told him Jesus' name was Joshua, and this was before Passion of the Christ came out. And that nigga told me I had to get away from him because God was going to strike me dead. This was one of my good friends, man. We used to draw pictures like he was an artist like me. We used to draw pictures and stuff. And I mean, he could draw. He had a photographic memory, man, but Christianity had his brain, bruh. Nigga told me, as long as you into that shit, I ain't cool with you. Man, I lost friends to this knowledge, bro. I lost family members to this knowledge, bro. They make you an outcast, a pariah. I quickly became that. So this journey that we've been on for a long time, just like the other older brothers that, been shot at, been stabbed, and, been jumped on for teaching the truth. It's a hard, tough road. See, but we're in what we call the hereafter right now, because now it's easy to approach a brother and tell him, ain't no Jesus. It's easy now. The churches are scrapping and scraping to keep a congregation alive, so they are flooded with homosexuality now. They're flooded with it because the homos, they still believe in Jesus. They're becoming the pastors now, the choir directors, the ushers. See? Now you got Bishop Eddie Long out there, Creflo Dollar, mega church, because they know their time is up. Their time for polluting our brain is over with, because Baba Yanun Panabab Yananin whatever righteous name you want to call the master teacher. Melchizedek, Malachi Zadok, Yorkel, Malachi Kabina, whatever name floats your boat. He rose the bar too high for them to reach. But we up there. Remember that. When he raised the bar for us when we were younger, coming up in this knowledge, look at us now, bro. They can't hang with us on conversations about religion, about anything spiritual, science, in the medical field, doing for self, building, what black people need. They can't hang with us on this stuff. We were groomed for it. We were prepared like a bride for her groom. So we all went through it. Now we should be tough as nails while we teaching this knowledge, because we're sure. And remember what we said, young elder? Are you sure?
All right.
I used to hear Mark Brady say that shit. Are you sure? Because when you're sure, then you are the savior. You see? So we got to be able to teach all of the children and teenagers that are coming up, this is how you're supposed to think. If it doesn't make sense, make it make sense. If you can't make it make sense, get out of my way and let me do it. Don't tell me it can't be done because you can't. That's toxic. That's what I was being told as a youngin'. It can't be done. It's impossible. They tried to scare me off my path so many times. My dad used to sincerely say, son, there's such thing as too much knowledge. That didn't make sense to me. I used to be looking at him going, too much knowledge? How can that be dangerous? I guess it could be, if you see somebody murder somebody, and then you know what I mean, you know it and they know it, they got to take you out now because you're a witness. I get that. But information, too much information. If my brain is designed to handle all of it and process all of it, put it all together and use it, make it work for me, how is that dangerous? You can't scare me off of this path. I've been on it too long. I don't have no problem. Okay. Yeah, I don't have no problem with the dark. I don't have no problem cutting the lights out. I had no problem going in a dark closet or being in a dark bathroom or walking down a dark hallway or going in my job when the warehouse is dark. I don't have no problem with any of that. I walk light anyway. You can barely hear me moving when I walk. So they were trying to scare the wrong child, because the Most High's children are on the planet. We're not afraid of anything. Nothing. So we got a lot of haters out there that want us to stop. We're not going to. If one of us can't make it make sense to you, one of us can. We'll just keep passing the mic around if somebody can. And if we can't, we'll tell you the truth about that. We don't know everything. We're still learning. Nobody on the planet knows everything. Ain't enough, time in a body for you to learn it. You'd have to be studying, and not just studying books, because in order for you to know it, you got to experience it and have some evidence. And then you got to reason whether it's for you or not. So experience, evidence, and reason is how you truly know. We would have to travel and circumnavigate the globe and touch down on every landmass that there is, plus go within the depths of the ocean, and then go as high as we can in the sky. We'd have to do all of that, and we still wouldn't know everything. Why? Because there's people being born every day. There's creatures being born every day all over the globe. Person to come and tell you they know everything, get away from them. They're a hypnotist. They're just hypnotizing you to lean on their knowledge and forget about your own brain. Leave them. Don't get trapped up in no madness like that. And I'm telling you that to warn you, to protect you. Put up a psychic block against people that want to control the way you think. Learn to exercise your own brain like a muscle. Reading books exercises the brain. But remember this, to look at a two-dimensional page for too long can hinder the eyesight. Okay? I know many of you might not have known this, but reading books can hurt your vision. I'm talking about your two eyes, the naked eyeballs. What do I mean? Your eye is designed to see height, width, and depth. The pages don't have any depth to them. So there's a lot of light being casted that's being reflected upon the eyeball, and it bombards the pupil. That's why when you read, you get sleepy. It's not because your brain is tired. It's because your brain is beat up with light. Has anybody ever explained that to y'all before? I did a lot of reading, messed my eyes up. I wear contact lenses and glasses just like most of us, because we did a lot of studying, a lot of reading, a lot of bad food, a lot of bad traits of exercising and playing sports and taking on trauma. Some of us was in accidents and whatnot. But hey, I'm telling you the truth. And I didn't come up with that on my own. You know who I learned that from? Dr. Phil Valentine. That's who. He taught about it back in like 97, 98. I used to listen to him around the same time I was listening to Bob. I was listening to him, Bobby Hemmett, Dr. Delbert Blair, John Henry Clark, and Dr. Ben. So I was a student of all of them, but my first master teacher was Malcolm X. That was the first man or teacher I was infatuated with when I was in middle school, 11, 12 years old. As soon as my eyesight went bad, I went and got me a pair of glasses that looked just like his. Identical. And I was walking around the school getting teased by all a bunch of hellions that I had to go to hell with, because that's what school is. Hell. Same ones tried to make me feel bad about looking like Malcolm X. You got on the Malcolm X glasses. I'm going to call you Malcolm. So what aggravated me was they meant to insult me with it. Nothing wrong with that, but they tried to make something wrong out of it.
Hey,
Go ahead, big
15.
brother.
Yeah, I would let it run, but I'm scared that my boy gonna come up in here and mess with it while I'm gone. I don't want to leave it open. I don't want to pour no water or nothing on it. Yeah, so we're gonna cut it right now. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna be back at probably like 9 something. But the place right around the corner gonna probably take me like 5 or 10 minutes to get there. But you drop, every time you start to go hard, man, you was going hard right then. You know what I'm saying? You dropping it. And
Oh yeah.
but we could come back. Well, I ain't gonna do it tomorrow, but I know Sunday we're gonna come back on for sure. We might have to do a part 2 to this joint, because this is the here particular
Raising
topic.
the bar.
Yeah, raising the bar. It's hot. This is a hot topic right here, right? And you dropping it like and you covered a lot of stuff tonight, and those stories were touching, bro. That's the first time I heard you tell me that story about your grandma putting you out for that book. That was touching right there, bro. That was like
my spiritual journey, bro. I cried, man. Sometimes it still chokes me up to talk about that day, bro.
Man, that was
I went
heavy
through a
right
lot
there.
of shit when I was young, coming up in this knowledge, bro. Personal though, not as a group. Like I got attacked personally I got way
Man.
more stories than that. I'll tell you about them on the next class.
Man, yeah, hey, I can't wait till we do the next one because man, that was like I was like, man, like damn, like I get outcast too. They call me crazy. My sister them, oh you crazy, you what part of a cult? They always say little stuff, you know what I'm saying? And like
Bless
like
their
even when I
heart.
told them about the wonton soup, I said, man, they I not take it. They said, oh yeah, you must took the wrong one, or you crazy if you ain't taking it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what they tell me, man. I'm crazy. All
My
right, but that's all
beloved
good.
family.
We're gonna come back on this one. We're gonna do a part 2 to this one for all the listeners, man, because we gotta, and then the next time we won't have to cut it off because say we come back Sunday, I ain't gonna have to go up there on Sunday. So and tomorrow they're gonna be closed on for Good Friday. So yeah, so we're gonna have to come back on this one. This one right here is a hot topic,
Yeah.
So we want to thank everybody for coming out.
Hey, big bro,
Go
before
ahead.
we drop it, let me say this one. I want to make
Okay,
sure that you hear what I said about the eyeball.
Yeah, about the reading the paper, reading the books. That happened to me too. That's why I wear glasses too though. But I just don't know. You don't never see me with them on a show because I be reading a lot and I my brain just get tired from just reading on the paper. So that's why I just try to cut it down to like a chapter a day. You know what I'm saying?
I think
Yeah.
pages should be more. We'll talk about this next time. We'll talk about it next time. I'm gonna let you go ahead and go to your session.
Yeah. We do it like 3 times a week. So I'm doing tonight. Then tomorrow I want to do it, but we might come back tomorrow, man. If y'all want to do it tomorrow, we might come back tomorrow.
Shoot, you can come back later on tonight. I'll be out
Yeah.
here.
Oh yeah. Hey, look. Yeah, 9.
Yeah, we come
I
back.
might be like tomorrow. Like I know I'm gonna be watching a movie with my family tonight because tonight's like a movie night. So yeah. So when we come back, we're gonna be watching a movie. So
Okay, that's
yeah.
cool.
So yeah, but tomorrow, because they out of school tomorrow for Good Friday, so we might could come back tomorrow and finish this off because this right here joint is hot. This joint is hot. It's going off.
Thank you, big
It's going
brother.
off. Like the stories, those stories very touching, man. Because I got a lot of stories too about how I get treated, man. They think I'm crazy. Oh yeah, he went crazy. Hey, my uncle said that he went off with guy with that Malachi guy, came back. Now he crazy. Now I'm crazy.
Yeah. Hey, bro, I've been through the same. Hey, I've been through it for so long, man. It's been a long time, man. I'm just used to it, man.
Yeah.
We get
It don't
everybody on
bother
the
me no more.
stories. Saturday. What do you want to do? A Saturday or Sunday?
We'll do it Sunday. That way we
That's a
can
good
have
day.
all the time. And we can get everybody's story about their
That's what
experience
I'm
with
talking
the
about.
right knowledge.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, I got plenty of stories for that, bro.
That's gonna be a
Man, I
good
tell
one.
you.
All
Oh,
right.
he went down there and he went crazy. He lost his mind. I lost my mind because I got the right knowledge. I came back talking about hey, when I came back talking about the Canaanites were really white folks. Oh, that nigga that went down there and went crazy. He came back. That nigga, hey, I said, man, it said right here in the Bible. You can read it right here. It says yellow thin hair. Oh no, shit, that ain't really what it says. Man, these people crazy. Yeah, but I'm gonna go. Hey man, we're gonna have to do this on Sunday for sure.
Yeah,
So,
that'll work.
All right,
Wadu,
y'all should
hotel,
Wadu, you sorry.
y'all saw
What I do, family?
Yes, sir.
peace
Well,
in the